I'm going to give myself a $10,000 a year raise. I might not be able to do as many videos, but I'll still upload. Try to upload every other day or so. But it's time. I did the research. I did the study. I did the meditation, the contemplation. I took all the data points. And what this reality is, it's about your heart. You can't fix somebody else's heart. You can only keep your own heart, right? There's people around you, all around you, that have hard hearts. And you can't quantum connect with hard-hearted people because you'll end up being like them. If they're not wanting to rise up, it's on them. It's their choice. You can't fix them. You're not Jesus. If you try to be Jesus for somebody, God will spank you because that's idolatry. You will get a spanking. And if somebody has a hard heart, it's going to take a lot to break them down. You know, people have a hard heart just because what the Bible says. And you know you're surrounded by it because of what the Bible says. Whoredom, wine, and new wine take away the heart. So the less communion, the less communication with a hard-hearted person, better off you are. Because the Bible makes it clear, you that are spiritual, restore such a one with the spirit of meekness, lest you fall into the same condemnation. You can actually fall into the same pattern. If you reach down and grab their hand to pull them up, and you hang around too long, you fall down in the same pattern. You've got to vibrate up here in the spirit walk. If you vibrate up here in the spirit walk and not vibrate in the flesh walk, you're going to make some progress. These people sit at this stoplight forever and go into zombie mode, and then when the light turns green, they don't think about people behind them. And they were behind people that did it to them. It's like, you would think they would wake up, but they don't. They don't wake up, people. You would think somebody would wake up. You give them all this truth. Faith alone in Jesus alone. Not of works, lest any man should boast. You walk by faith, not by sight. Abraham believed God and it was counted for righteousness' sake. You would think people would wake up, but they don't. They're not going to wake up unless they see their sin. Unless they look in the mirror and say, it's me, O Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's not my brother, it's not my sister, it's me. So until they get introspective and look at their own heart, their own self. And you know, what's funny is, when you're in that state where you're looking and blaming everybody else, people around, same people are saying, look at yourself. And then when you rise above that, and then you go a little bit higher, they're back there where you were. It's the weirdest thing. They're trying, look, in other words, fix yourself first. So you fix yourself, and then you rise a little bit higher than where they're at, and then they try to pull you down. When you're down here, they try to step on you. When you're up here, they try to pull you down. It's the weirdest thing. And you try to pull them up, and they can't even hear you. It's bizarro land. It is totally bizarro land. When you really see the whole game, you know, when you set your mind on a goal, I've been listening to some different teachers about this. When you set your mind on a goal, and you set your emotions on that goal, and you set your actions on that goal, and you don't, yeah, there's going to be stuff that tries to pull you off, but you don't get sidetracked. You just stay on you stay on point. You stay on cause. You're focused. You stay focused. do you realize that it has to reflect back? In other words, if you're going to be lazy, what's going to be reflecting back? Laziness results. If you're going to be diligent, what's going to reflect back? Diligent results. It has to reflect back. So a lot of people don't believe that, even though the Bible says you reap what you sow and you need to sow what you want to reap. A lot of people, when you say, hey, shift your inner man, your inner consciousness, your inner thoughts, your inner world, your inner life, and it's got to reflect back, because you change, everything around you has to change. You will no longer vibrate with certain kind of situations or people. And they'll look at you like you talking another language, because they're not there yet. And it's like it's real, people. And then you might have people say, well, look at my family, or look at my culture. Who cares? That's not your identity. Your identity is above. I don't care if it's your neighbor, the bloodline, the in-laws, the outlaws, I don't care who it is. You might have to disconnect, because if they're pulling you down, why are you going to stay connected to that? You shift your vibration away from the earth plane. You're functioning down here, but your whole purpose is not to have stuff to have stuff. Your whole purpose is to manage your stuff to be free. However much it is, whatever it is. The secret is you want to manage whatever you're doing down here. You got to manage something. You got to manage something. You might say, well, I don't have nothing to manage. Yeah, you do. You have your mind, your body, your soul, your will, your emotions, your intellect. If you learn to manage that, you can manage anything. Stuff will just start appearing. You'll start to manage other stuff. You end up managing people. You end up managing everything around you. Your house, your car, your home, your business, your finances. If you can't manage your ship, you can't manage anything else. But you've got to manage your thoughts. You got to manage your emotions. You got to manage your intellect. You got to manage your actions. You have got to manage your stuff. And if you can't blame anybody else for you're not managing your stuff. It's not anybody else's fault. If you can get that in your mind, you win. Let me say it in a different way, because I'm talking kind of scatterbrained, I think. If you can't manage your own body ship, your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own mind, your own will, you can't blame anybody else for not managing other stuff around you, because you haven't managed the primary thing. In other words, you can't blame anybody else for managing your own ship. Yeah, they're going to try to pull you down. Let's go over here to the bar. Let's go get drunk. Let's go smoke a marijuana joint. Let's go do this. Those kind of people, I have zero vibration with those kind of people. But I remember the days when they would show up in my world, in my reality, and I'd look at them like, who are you? Who do you think I am? Do you know? You don't know me, do you? You don't even have a clue. Now they don't even show up. I don't even give them a minute of my day. I'll tell them about Jesus, and that's all I can do. Who are you? Why are you in my face? Why are you in my little bubble? You don't even, I don't vibrate with you one iota, one dot. There's no vibration there, man. I can't even talk to you. It's like you're a fool to me. You're foolish. Everything out of your mouth is foolishness. If I got somebody who's trying to shapeshift into another reality via drugs, I don't vibrate with that kind of person at all. If I think of somebody who's willing to shift out of that can that might be willing to escape that, I might talk to them, but for a season. But it won't be forever. It won't be forever. It'll probably be about 3 months, and that's about my limit. At the most 6 months, and then I'm gone. I can reach my hand out for 30 days to somebody who's, or 60 days or 90 days, maybe 6 months, who's actually acts like they want to change or they want to escape their pig pen, miry clay. I can reach my hand out for about 90 days. Probably, I don't even think I could do it 60. I think most I could do it 60 days. 60 days, and if I don't see any change, I just say, all right, adios. I tried. It's somebody else's turn. Somebody else can try to pull you up. I'm not. I got to pull myself up. I got to focus on myself. See, if they get you off your focus, your ship, your stuff that you got to do, your calling, your direction, if they get you off your direction and your mind is on their direction, they've capsized your ship already before it even capsizes. So here, how do you shift that? I'll give you an example how let's say somebody's done that to you and you realize that's happened. So how do you do it? Really easy. Let me show you how to do it. So I usually go up here and get some food up here at this restaurant up here. But I'm gonna shift my reality. So that's a routine, that's a pattern. So I want to shift my pattern. So I'm gonna go over here to a different place where I never go. I'm gonna go somewhere I never go. And by doing this, I'm breaking the routine. I'm breaking the cycle. I'm breaking the devil wants you stuck in a repeat, right? So so I didn't go get the food there, so let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere where I haven't been in a long time or I've never been. Just the fact that I took a right and I'm breaking the pattern right now. Now you can do this with small stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get something to eat at a different place where I usually don't go. And when I get to the house, I'm gonna clean the toilet and I'll do something else that I've been putting off or not done, and I'm breaking a pattern. And it makes the devil mad. Now what's gonna happen is when the devil sees me changing my pattern, he's gonna send somebody from the past to try to get me back on that old pattern, that old way of thinking, whatever it is. All right, so I haven't been here in maybe 5 years. I'm gonna go over here to this restaurant. I'm breaking a pattern. Now what's gonna happen? My next video, I'll tell you what happens on the next video, how something from the past patterns tried to pull me back in. I won't be, it'll be general, because I don't want to be specific too much, because I don't want to hurt anybody. The secret to life is you got to get your heart right. You've got to be introspective. You got to be aware of your own thoughts, be aware of your own emotions, be aware of your own actions. I'm changing a pattern. I haven't been to this restaurant in 5 years probably. This is a major pattern shift in my routine. It's so major that there's going to be a shift in the spirit realm. Big time. Because there might be somebody in here that needs to hear about Jesus. And I'm going to talk to them about it. And so this is going to be an experiment. I'm doing an experiment right now. I'm always doing multiple experiments. But I'm gonna give an update once this pattern's set.